All right. Today is December 30th, 2025, and this is my review. Um, not a whole much to report on today. Oh, geez, my brain is scrambled. Bit of P&L volatility, took one big loss off the rip, but managed to come back by the end of the session. I finished up 175 on minis, and I haven't imported my micros yet, but if I did, I would be up about 200. I think it was like 250 or something before commissions, 210 after commissions. So pretty solid day. Very similar to yesterday as far as P&L goes, but in terms of trading, it was very different. There was a lot of big differences from yesterday in the price action. Today, though, similar to yesterday, I'm just going to review the big trades, the full size trades. I'm not going to review the 1/5 size trades. So in that case, I had a total of 7 trades today on full size. I had 5 wins and 2 losses. Average winning trade was $80. Average losing trade was $112. So you can see quite a big discrepancy there. Yesterday was almost the exact opposite, where my wins were so big and my losses were so small. Today was the opposite. My losses were huge, but I had so many consecutive wins that I was able to finish the day positive and erase those losses, which is pretty interesting. So let's jump into it. And 71.4% win rate for the record. Let's start with trade number one. Trade number one is a 7-tick loss to the short side. Ironically, it looks like all my trades were to the short side today. Let's listen to the recording. I'm gonna try the short 54.75. Trying to slip against. I'm gonna cut it. 5-tick loss. So I say there that it was a 5-tick loss, but it was actually a much bigger one. And holy heart rate, you can see my heart rate spikes almost up to 140 beats per minute, which is huge. That is a massive heart rate spike. So I think that just goes to show that I was not super comfortable with this trade, and I wasn't super content with placing this big of a trade this early on in the session. Granted, it is 20 minutes after the open, so I was fairly patient waiting for it. But still, it's just that those first trade jitters, especially when you place a trade and it comes back on you like that. I think there's also the fact that I'm fighting the trend. I'll tag that. Just a lot that could have gone wrong. When I'm fading a move this strong, it's scary. It's really really not easy. So as for tags, I did have really nice reclaim. I had a prior pivot area, that blue level you see marked out on the screen there. And then I didn't have my order blocks showing yet, but I did know there was some pretty good order blocks down there. I'll put small for now. And an area of not really. We haven't quite hit the area of interest yet. Convergences, I had at least, it looks like at least 2 on the 3-minute and 1, so a 4 factor, it looks like, across all 3 time frames. So I'll take that as CV4. Setup quality, it is a good setup and it's a good attempt. But honestly, the fact that I'm fading this massive strength to the upside, I'm just not really comfortable with it. And at the time, I would have told you that this was an A or above setup. But looking at it in hindsight and just knowing the kind of trader I am, catching a knife like this is just, it's comes with so much risk. And I think that's why my heart rate spiked. So I'm gonna give this a B grade, a B setup grade. I wish it was higher. Entry, I'm gonna call my entry early. I do think I was a little fast to pull the trigger here. I would have liked for this second spike to come before I shorted it, and this is a much better level. So let's tag that as entry early. My exit, I suppose, was good enough. I don't think I could have got out for a smaller loss with this kind of setup. While it does suck that I took 7 ticks a loss on this, I mean the upside potential was huge on this trade. I could have easily gotten anywhere for 2 to 3 points. So it makes sense to risk that much. I'm not terribly upset with that. This was a pretty aggressive scalp, and it was a mean reversion trade. The setup was delta pivot. I was expecting a pivot off that level. Slip was kind of slip against, in all honesty. Yeah, I'm gonna call that slip against. And then for emotions, I had or market read was in between. My my pulse checks were break even. My calmness was a maybe just because my heart rate spiked so violently. My contentment again was a maybe, just because I think because my heart rate spiked so much after taking that big of a loss. I don't think I was perfectly content with it, but I was patient. My patience is green. I did wait for this one. I'm gonna call it a yellow star. It wasn't a bad trade, but there's definitely signs for improvement. I think had I waited for the second spike to short into, I could have really juiced a nice short. And I'm not sure where we're trading now, but as of recording this, this is high of day. That short, that potential hypothetical short would have been at the exact high of day almost. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. I should just do a super quick screenshot of this actually while I'm here. Let's get a quick screenshot in. So my entry was about here. My exit was up here. The ideal entry would have probably been on the way back down somewhere around here. And the ideal exit would have been probably right around the break of this local low. So my entry, my exit, ideal entry, ideal exit. Yeah, I'm just reviewing what's up. Uh, First trade. You want me to share my screen? All right. So this was the first trade, the loss, 7-tick loss.
Just a minute. Just forget how to make the damn screen full. There.
You see it? So my entry, my exit, I think this was a great trade, but I should have waited for this really good confirmation because it might be hard for you to see, but we have so many fucking convergences on the 3-minute here. Yeah. At this 57 level.
Show me on that chart what price you got in at.
I got in at 55, I think.
Where would that be on the other chart? So
Way lower, yeah.
like 2 points lower.
Yeah. So I think this was the level up here, yeah.
Yeah, but what did that look like before it went through?
So if I go back to, let me just refresh the video. So this is what it looked like at the point of entry. We had, looks like a 2-factor here in the 3-minute, 3-factor, maybe 4.
What time was it that you got in on it?
9:50, 13. So for you, that'd be 8:50.
So 8:50, 10.
Roughly, yeah.
You got in at what price again?
54.75 short.
Did wait for the right side.
Yeah.
I don't. Probably still either. Yeah, that's a tough call, Dado.
I think for the sake of being a perfectionist, I should have waited for this test because that is a fat fucking level. That's like I can't even count that many convergences.
Tested it like at 8:49 or some shit.
Yeah.
You already did test it. You waited for the right side of the V. I don't think what you did is bad.
No, I don't think so either. It was a good trade, but I would have liked to short around 56.50, 57.
Yeah, I think you're a bit far. I think actually hitting on the level. I think you were honestly late. You were either late. See, and then it ripped back up into there, and it ripped through some other levels.
Yeah. And then I take a try 2 on it, and I think that one works.
I think you could have been a little early. I think you should have been a bit earlier on it. I think
Yeah, for the it's a tough one. Either way, it was a good attempt, good trade, and it could have been a juicer, man. Like the potential risk reward here was like fucking 2 or 3 points.
Well, we established fading was what we needed to do and shit. And that was the first case scenario where there was a change in character, really.
Yeah.
So let's do a 30-second whip off on it.
All right.
Like, just look at the screenshots or whatever. Close your eyes, it's up to you. But some sounds. Some sounds going.
All right. The stream might be able to hear him.
You can mute it on the stream. Should be a button down there.
Let me see.
You see the button? So when you're
Share stream audio. Unclick that. Okay, that's good. So you guys should not be able to hear this anymore.
this one, you.
All right, I got it set up.
Alright, let me pull up a clock.
Tradecraft go. There we go.
Ready? I'll do 30 seconds.
Okay. Oh, fuck! I feel so much better about that. All right. Trade number 2, 4-tick loss to the short side. Or sorry, 4-tick profit. This is a try 2 of the last trade. So short 55.25.
This was shortly after.
Yeah. It's kind of slip against, but that's okay. I think it's warranted in this situation, and then I take it off right there on the break. And then let's fast forward. I think that was a perfect exit. Yeah,
Did
it,
it pivot right as you exited?
yeah, my exit was right here.
Sometimes you like get these fucking trades where it's like shit, dude. You just nailed it, right?
Yeah. So, actually, let me.
That was good damage control.
Yeah,
Give me so you're pivoting off this bigger levels.
yeah. This test right here.
If I'm not mistaken, I may have said something at that time. Let me listen. Get it. So you get in now what time? It's still 9:50?
9:52, I believe.
9:52.
Pretty early. I can't look because I'm screenshotting right now. If I, it might have been like 9:51:20 or something like that.
What price did you enter?
55:25, I believe. Or sorry, 56:25. No, it was 55:25. I'm right. 55:25.
I think so. Sometimes I think you're a little late on shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you this screenshot. I think part of what we need to cultivate is a bit of aggression.
Yeah, I agree.
Here. Having multiple factors to support this before your entry.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know, I mean, it's kind of butting on it. It's like fuck it, let's just go for it.
Mhm.
You got to think about it this way: is like depends what the levels are doing.
Yeah.
But the closer we are to it, the sooner we can figure out if we're wrong or not. Because if we're too far from them, then it's like, well, okay, pull back. And then it goes and gets you four ticks, but then it blows through another four ticks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're a little late on it.
Yeah, entry late, exit good. I agree
Yeah.
with that. And it was very conservative the way I traded it. This was a pivot, and we had 4+ convergences. I would call this an A setup. I think this is really good.
See, I mean, we need to figure out. There's a balance between the aggression and the overly conservative. Waiting too much.
Yeah. And I think,
I can't describe. It's you're just gonna have to tap into that feeling.
yeah, I'll green star this one. Because I do think while I'm late, as far as my style of trading, I think this is a very good trade. But you're right. This could have been 2 or 3 points had I gotten in a lot sooner. You know.
Well, that's part of the coaching. Is I need to get you tight
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're free throwing, we need you to be just hitting everything.
Yeah.
Every fucking shot.
Next next traded, or do you want to?
Breath on it.
Sure.
How many trades total you got?
7.
Just we have to do this.
Mm.
I mean, you get what you put in, so
Yeah, I got
this
time for it
is
today. Trade number 3 is a 2-tick loss to the short side. And this is just a couple minutes. This looks like 9:58 my time. So it looks like I'm shorting into this reclaim here after we've tested another high convergence level. I think the exit was premature on this
It
one.
hasn't even accepted below those levels. Well, so you notice on your 3-minute, so you're gonna get more precision. I think the 30-second and the 3-second are really sloppy. You're gonna get more precision off that 3-minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to just pivot you into getting a little more weight on the 3-minute,
Okay.
15-minute. Like I'm really loose about the 3 and the 30. I'm like, you know, if it's there, it's there.
Sure.
Not accepting that's a 2.
What I'll do in that case, so that I don't forget later, is let me set that up now. And delete. Come on, 15-minute. Where is it? This one. Why is it not deleting? Anyways, I'll circle back to that later. So
I think you. So we've kind of established. I think I remember this trade.
mhm.
We've established. We've established fading works. We've seen one case of it being unreliable.
Yeah.
Until we're seeing more of that. This is kind of a. Kind of trading like me here. This is not.
Yeah, I think what was going through my mind here, and this, I'm gonna tag this as aggressive. This is pretty aggressive for my style of trading. And I'll even draw it. I really like this type of movement into a reclaim. We've got this fat reclaim right here, and we're compressing down into it. And in my experience, if we compress and accept into a reclaim like this, boom, we just get a sharp move down. Add to that the fact that we are currently pivoting off of another high convergence level on the 3-minute. I think this is simply just a right side of the V pivot, you know. I like this kind of trade a lot. So this is actually the try 2 that I've got highlighted here. And actually, let me fast forward the video a little bit more before I screenshot it. And I'll screenshot the try 2. I think the try 2 is, yeah.
Do what you need to do. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. So I take it off for a 1-tick profit right there. But it could have, I think it could have gone further. Yeah. About a point, probably. So let me screenshot it here. So entry number 1 was over here, I believe. My entry number 1. And then my second entry was around here.
You tried that same spot twice?
Yeah. My entry number 2. And then
Was your heart rate elevated? I see it's
110's kind of high, yeah. It wasn't as high as the first big loss. And then I'll add a little blurb up here. My entry number 1 is a tick.
I mean, I can see why you're punting on it, and then they did go through that.
Yeah. You're good. All right, I think that about covers it. Oh, this one had reclaim, CP4 plus, small order blocks, pivot. Honestly, the first entry is pretty good, but the exit, it's early. I need to hold more. So I think because I'm so aggressive with my entry, I'm not comfortable with it pulling back on me here. But that's a very shallow pullback. I can definitely hold through that. Especially if like I'm targeting the bottom of this reclaim. So like 57.75. If I'm short at 59, you know, that's what 5-6 ticks of reward. I can hold through 2 ticks of drawdown.
See, I'd be concerned though about that's not reached.
Well, isn't that to a pivot? Aren't you comfortable with that being
No,
a
the
pivot?
one below it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
You're on top of it. You haven't gone through it.
sure.
And that's probably why it keeps hitting back. Now, if you look at the 3-second, it's tested there 3 times, but
Yeah,
keep playing. Fast forward it though. It's hit the arrow a few times.
that's my try two right there. I take it off for a 1 tick win, and then it goes.
See, that's when it finally breaches, and on that pullback right here,
Yeah,
this is where you can consider it. So you know that now you know on the 3 minute, you know that level's being hit.
yeah,
The 2. Now it's worth it.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
You're just not used to adding the 3 minute in on your analysis.
Yeah. I'm pretty clear here. Calmness is maybe because my heart rate's pretty elevated. But I think I am doing a pretty good job with contentment and patience. And then what I might do is I'll yellow star this one for trade number 4. I'll paste these in, but this is a try 2. And I think my patience is a yellow because I'm hitting it twice in the same area.
See, if you were short a lot fucking earlier, that's one thing, but you're at an area that is bouncing.
Yeah.
Bouncing. So I don't think you're used to looking at that 3 minute to guide you.
No, definitely not.
To this, and then your heart rate's getting elevated. What do you think that was? Were you just nervous about something on it?
I think because it's aggressive, I'm slip against. Whenever I'm slip against like this, it's my heart rate goes up. Because there's a pretty nice little slip range here, and I'm entering against that slip range, which makes me nervous. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I tagged it as yellow, and so all of this will be a yellow star. Do you want to breathe on this one?
Both of those sound.
Yep.
So just kind of visualize that area on both of them.
Okay.
Get ready?
Yep. Fucking I mean, God damn. Oh, I feel so much better about that, dude. Fuck. If yes, dude, and it feels good, dude. It's oh, dude, I just don't get how people don't do this. It feels so much better to miss a trade and then watch it and know, oh man, this was a perfect trade and I can't wait to fucking nail it next time. You know? God damn. Gets me fired up. All right, next trade. Trade number 5, 3-tick profit to the short side. 10.04.24. So this looks like a continuation to the downside. Reclaim assist. I like that we're stair stepping. We're kind of churning below each level. Fast forwarded a little bit. And there's the unwind. Take it off there.
Go a few seconds, like maybe 20 seconds before the entry.
So I'm right around here.
So 3 minute is breaching, which is good. Second has a T factor. You are trading a little bit in confliction. Up.
I would have liked to be a little bit more aggressive there. I think the 2 ticks, 54.25 short would have been a better entry.
So why are you taking this one?
Let me screenshot. Actually, let me fast forward and screenshot. So, first thing's reclaim assist. Again, I'm looking at the 30-second on this one. We're compressing into a reclaim again, which I really like. We're also churning these levels. So if each one of these, again, there's 30-second levels, which I know I need to lean more on the 3 minute, but it looks like each time we have a level like this, we start churning below it. Like this is really nice price action right here.
They're also turning into that shit in the 53s on the 3-second.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, I would say I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not personally a trade for me. It has reached the 3 minute. I'll give it that. It's not personally a trade I fancy, but it's not wrong.
Yeah. So this would be a breach right here. Breach. Reclaim assist. My entry. My exit. I also want to. What key is it? P. I like that we're churning these. Was plus 4 ticks short. Okay. throw some tags on here real quick. I do think I'm pretty patient waiting for this one. I'm also pretty content. I stayed in this one for a while. 51-second hold time is pretty big for me. Heart rate is pretty good, 105.
What's the
Um,
threshold?
for heart rate, 120 and above is where it's a problem. My market read at this point was pretty clear. I think you and me, what I really liked about our trading today was you were like giving me call outs almost with your pulse checks. You would pulse check something and you'd say, that didn't work, this worked, this didn't work, that worked. And it was feeding me information, which gave me a lot of clarity. Slip, I was slip favor on this one. I had a good pullback. This was much more conservative. And this was almost a breakout, right? Yeah, this would be a delta breakout. I would call the approach momentum though, because we do have pretty strong downside momentum. Entry good. And I'm gonna call that a good exit too. I don't think I could have got much more out of that, could I?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just buffering.
I think for what it was worth, it was.
Yeah. In hindsight, could have held it for more of that reclaim, but I think for what it was worth.
Where's the exit? Let me see.
Exit is like 53. 53.25.
Actually, physically I mean, I think you held it forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like we didn't fucking really know.
Yeah.
I think it was a good exit. I don't think holding more was not. It would have retested your entry again.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
was a good exit. You gave it time. It just ain't fucking working.
Yeah. And this was a CV. If I count these ones on the 3 second, I think that was a 3 factor. So I'll call it like a C setup. I had compression, I had reclaim, and I think that's it for now. Yep.
Cells and throw up the picture of it. Even if it's good, we gotta do it. Ready?
Yep. Oh. All right. Trade number 6 is a 5 tick profit to the short side, 10, 16, 25. Very good shimmy back on this one, right side of the V.
Can you go back? just under the 3-minute level, which is nice.
Yeah, 0 MAE. Let's fast forward just for shits and giggles. Starts compressing around here. So screenshot this one. This is a very simple trade in my opinion. This might not factor into what you see, but I really like that this compression gets blown out on high volume. You can see there's quite a lot of high buy-in volume here, and then it rejects back down. I can actually probably get rid of that last arrow. So I'm going to type fake breakout to generate liquidity before heading lower. My entry was here, I believe, and my exit was right around here. My exit, we are accepting below this level. I think that's it.
I mean, to be fair, you have all those levels on the 32nd and that 48. That is helping.
Oh, the 48 up here. Yeah, I'll highlight that too.
And then also your 43's head churn.
Pivot. 43's churn.
On the 32nd. Because there's levels in there.
Like around here or lower.
Those might have popped up.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Already there? Can you see the video? Just go ahead and do the screenshot. Sometimes I'll paste the photo and then screenshot the photo after I paste it. Like go back. Way back. Like before it hits the 43s. First time it's coming into the 43s. So there is okay. Just start hitting the arrow. So there is stuff there. Keep hitting the arrow aggressively. Just keep doing that. Up until your entry. So there is a few levels established. This one's on 46 or newer. You got churn on that green arrow.
There's the entry. Yeah, it's simple. It's clean. It's a clean trade.
Alright. Just breathe. Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Trade 7. Oh yeah, thank you. I'll definitely green star this one. And then tags, this is going to be a definitely slip favor. I'm going to call this trend favor. We're in a pretty strong downtrend at this point. I had large order blocks below me. And then this would be a delta breakout, right? Because we're breaking out below that 3-minute level. As far as convergences go, I would call this a CV3, which is odd, but it's still a good setup, I would say. I'll give it a B rating. Entry good, exit good. I don't think it could have been better, in all honesty. And this was more of a conservative scalp with momentum. I was clear. Heart rate check, good, decent at least. Contentment, I think I was very content in how I executed this and I waited for it. My patience was good. And it's a green star. I think that's about it. Yeah. All right. Trade 7, last trade is a 3-tick profit to the short side at 1037.08. So I think we had really good churn here. It's kind of doing that fake breakout thing again. Yeah.
Above you, which is helping. You're right, there was churn lower.
Take it off here.
You had that earlier puke, you had those earlier pukes. So we kind of established at this point they were going to attempt to go through there.
Yeah. So I just want to highlight this pivot. I think this adds a lot of downward confirmation for me. The fact that they keep failing when they push up and they want to accept lower like that. I also like that we have some churn here. We have some nice churning here. Also like accepting over here, which is nice. And then highlight these levels. So pivoting. The churning, I really like that we were churning lower and lower, kind of like before, but then we get this kind of a fake breakout right here, and this is where I enter. I think my entry was right here. My exit was right here.
Yeah, the exit was good because you had those two factors. You just had it.
I had something, like
Well, the 3-minute had levels below it.
yeah.
You were stuck in between. You were stuck between two big levels that it was only worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and you had the reclaim. But you also have information on that 30-second chart with those two up arrows.
Yeah.
I'd label those where it's just there's something about it that wants to continue to explore lower.
This was think,
Another good.
yeah, I like this one too. It's simple.
Let's visualize it.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel really good. I think this was similar to the last trade in a lot of ways. But this was a pivot. This had more the CVs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Entry good, exit good, conservative scalp. Momentum, slip favor. That had good clarity on it. That was calm, heart rate check 113. Content patient. Green star. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Simple. Simple and clean. Fuck yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, it feels good, dude. It was a good day today.
All right, see you.
I'll talk to you later.